3B-4, writing equations of lines given 2 points. So I told you guys this entire unit, okay, or section, 3B, you're going to be writing equations. So we've talked about if I give you a table, you've been able to write equations from a table. Okay, we did that for 2 days. Then we did, what was the other one that we did? We did a table. Then we did a point and a slope. Okay, that new formula, y minus y1 equals n times x minus x1. Okay, so we've done those 2 ways. Today we're going to do if you're given 2 points. So let's talk about what 2 points are, right? You can see points written as ordered pairs. Let's say 3 and 2 and -4, 5. Okay, let's say these are our 2 points. How else can you see points written? Huh? Okay, I can't just turn these into fractions, no. How else could you see points? On a graph. So let's say I graph them. 3, 2, and -4, 5. Okay, how else can you see points? In a table.
Good job.
I could do x, y. I could do 3, 2, and -4, 5. Okay? Those are the 3 ways that you can see a point. Now let's talk about this. Today I want to write an equation from 2 points. So what could I do? How could I write an equation from one of these things? What have we been doing? Okay, that's how I would find slope, and I'm not just finding slope, I'm finding an entire equation. Okay, so I want my equation to be in y equals mx plus b. That's how it's going to be written. How do I go from one of these 3 things, because they're all the same thing, how do I go from one of these, we got to pick one, to get to this? What have I taught you so far? That would give me slope. I don't want just slope. I want an m and b. Have I told you how to find an equation from 2 points? No, that's what we're doing today. Have I showed you how to find an equation from a graph?
Yes.
No, not yet. Have I showed you how to find an equation from a table?
No.
Yes.
Have I?
No.
I don't think so. Wait,
Have
I might have learned it last year.
Yes, I have. We spent 2 full days on it.
It's
2 full days.
Where do you plug a table in the calculator?
And Google spreadsheet.
List and spreadsheets.
List and spreadsheet.
And when I plug it in list and spreadsheets, what's it spit out?
Your M and your
My m and my b. Can I write an equation from a table?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so freeze. Don't go do it yet. So there's a way that you could do this by hand, and it would take up more than just this little box. Okay, but because I want this to be the easiest way possible, we're going to turn it into something that we already know how to do. We already know how to go from table to equation in the calculator, right? Right? We already know how to do that, so why not do what we already know how to do? Why do something new? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these numbers. This is x, y, x, y. And every time you do this, I want to see the table on your paper first. Okay, so let's turn it to a table. X, y. All right, so let's write our first point. My first x is 4. My first y is -3. Then I've got 3 and -6. Okay, so I go from table to equation. We're going to do that in list and spreadsheet. So make sure you're plugging this in with me. Noah, do you have a calculator? Will you go get one? Anybody else not have a calculator? Well, Laura, are you with me? Are you taking notes with me, Laura? Okay. Okay. Go to the home button. Everybody should be here. Home. New document. No, we never want to save. Okay. Then we're going to go to list and spreadsheets. Label your X. Do it with me. Label your Y. Remember, nothing can be written in that equal sign box. Okay? Then you're going to tell me the X's. 4, enter, 3, enter. Then scroll over and tell me the Y's. -3, -6. Make sure your blue box is on a blank square. Blue box on a blank square. Then we're going to hit, what do I go to? Menu. 4, then 1, then 3. So menu 413. Okay, X list gets changed to X, Y list gets changed to Y, then I hit double enter, enter, enter. Okay, so here I am. My M is 3, my B is -15. Is that what you got? Does your table look like one? 4, 3, -3, -6. And if you mess up, you know you can just scroll over and change the numbers, right? Without having to go all the way back. Okay. All right, so I want to write this as y equals mx plus b. So y equals 3x minus 15. Okay, example 2. All right, x-intercept of -2, y-intercept of 6. Okay, let me talk about this real quick. I have a lot of people that will see this, okay, and they'll write, it says x-intercept of -2, y-intercept of 6. They'll write this.
Me.
Is that right?
No.
If I was to graph x-intercept of -2, y-intercept of 6, how many points do I have? 2. How many ordered pairs should I have? 2, because I have 2 different points. How many ordered pairs does this give me? 1. And if I was to graph -2, 6, that would give me this. Is that an x or a y-intercept? No, it's neither. Okay, it's a random point. So this is not my ordered pair. That's not what I want, because that is not an x or a y-intercept. It's just a point. Okay? So when I'm working this, x-intercept of -2, y-intercept of 6, I need to have 2 separate ordered pairs. And we know that it's x comma y is an ordered pair. Now I'm talking about the x-intercept of -2, because it's the x-intercept, -2 goes in the what spot? In the x spot. What goes in the other one? 0. Then I've got y-intercept of 6, because it's the y-intercept of 6. 6 goes in the y spot. What goes in the other one? 0.
0.
Okay? All right, so now I've got 2 points. How do I go from 2 points to an equation? What do I have to do? Make it a table. So draw your table.
One big table.
X, Y. My first point is -2, 0. My second point is 0, 6. Then we're all going to go plug this in lists and spreadsheets together. So turn your calculator on. New document. No, I never want to save. Make sure you're doing it with me. Number 4. Label X and Y. -2, enter, 0, enter. Then I go do the Y, 0 and 6. Make sure your blue box is on a blank square. Label your columns first. Make sure you label your columns, Laura. Put your phone away. Oh, Laura, put your phone away. Okay?
This is why freshmen is better.
Okay, menu. What do I go to? Menu
4,
4,
1,
1, 3.
3.
X list is
X.
X. Y list is Y.
Enter twice.
Enter. Very good. Okay, so my M and my B. M is 3, B is 6,
So
Y equals 3X plus 6.
Bless you.
Bless you. Okay, questions?
Comments, concerns.
Are we good? Any questions? Shh. Please don't say that. All right, example 3. A horizontal line through 2, -6. So what type of line? Horizontal. What do I do? I write Hoy.
Boy.
Is Hoy my answer?
No.
Yes.
Hoy is not an answer. What does the directions say? Write the equation. Is Hoy an equation? No. So that's not my answer. It's a tool to help you find the answer. What's the H stand for? Horizontal line. What's O? Zero slope. Y is?
Number.
Y equals the numbers. So my equation is going to be Y equals. What number's in the Y spot? -6. Is that an equation?
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
yeah. Oh, no.
Y equals is an equation.
Silly me.
So simple.
Okay, number 4. A vertical line through 5, -3. So now what type of problem do I have? Bucks. Is Bucks the answer? No, it's a tool to help you find the answer. V stands for vertical line. U is undefined slope. X is
X equals a number.
so X equals, and then the number in the X spot is 5. Is that an equation? Yes.
Who said -3, dude?
Me, I was tripping.
Okay, look at example 5 with me. All right, now I'm going to talk a lot on example 5, so make sure you're paying attention. Okay, stay with me. Example 5 says, which equation represents the line with a y-intercept of 3 and an x-intercept of 7? Okay, now, if I turn these to a point, this would be 0, 3, and this would be 7, 0. Does everybody agree with me? Okay, don't do it yet. Just watch. Just watch. Don't even write. I just want you to watch me. Don't write. Okay, if I turn this to a table, why do I put it into a table? So I can get my what? So I can get my M and B, and then I can write it in y equals mx plus b form, right? Okay. That's what we've been doing. You write your points, you turn it to a table, you go get your M and B, and then you write the equation. That's what we've been doing. Now, if I get y equals mx plus b, are these equations in y equals mx plus b form?
No.
No, they're not. Okay, so will this help me if I go get this?
Yes.
What would I have to do?
Listen.
If I got my answer as y equals mx plus b, what would I have to do to these equations?
I forgot. It's like
Are these y equals mx plus b form? No. So I would have to solve each equation for y and get it in y equals mx plus b form. Is that a lot of work? Solving 4 different equations? Yes. Okay, so we're not going to do that on this one. What could I do? How do I go from this, okay, these answer choices, to know the y-intercept is 3 and the x-intercept is 7? Do what?
Use the answer, or not the answer, like the within the equation and put it in the y spot here.
Like plug in y is 3. I would have to plug in these ones. X, y together, x, y together. If you did that. So then I would have to plug in 2 for each. So that's 8 different problems. You don't want to do that. Okay? You could do that. Okay? But that's a lot of work. There's an easier way. Okay? But yes, that is a way that you could do it. Okay, what else could I do? Pick your head up, please. Huh? Can I insolve with 2 different variables?
No.
What else can I do?
Can you graph it?
Can I graph it?
Yeah.
Can I graph answer choice A and say, does it cross the y-axis at 3 and does it cross the x-axis at 7?
No.
Yes.
Oh,
That is the easiest way to do this problem. Graph each answer choice. Is graphing in the calculator a lot of work?
Yes.
Is it as much work as solving each equation for y after you plug it in the table and do all that? Okay. So what we're going to do, the easiest thing, is I'm going to graph answer choice A, and then I'm going to look, does it cross the y-intercept at 3, and does it cross the x-intercept at 7? If it does, then that's my answer. If it doesn't, then I need to go to answer choice B. So everybody turn your calculators on.
Mom is already.
And we're going to go to a new document. No, I never want to save, and now I'm graphing.
So we add graph.
Add graph.
Graph.
Okay. F of x stands for what? Y. This is y equals. Are my answer choices y equals?
No.
No, so we need to delete and go where? Relation. Plug in A. 7x, please stop, plus 3y equals 21. And I want a y-intercept of 3. So look at your y-axis. Does it cross at 3?
No.
No, it doesn't. What does the x-axis cross at? 3. It's trying to trick you. The x is 3 and the y is 7. It's got them backwards. Is that right?
No.
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 Okay, if you hit tab and go up, delete that equation. Tab and up. And plug in answer choice B. 3x plus 7y equals 28. I went tab and up. Okay, does this cross the y-intercept of 3?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 3 on the y?
It's 4.
It's 4, is that right?
No.
Nope. So if you hit tab, up, delete that, plug in answer choice C. 3x plus 7y equals 21. Then hit enter. Does this cross the y-axis at 3?
Yes.
Does it cross the x-axis at 7?
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, it does.
It does. Y is 1, 2, 3. X is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is C.
And see you later.
Okay, any questions?
Yeah.
Questions?
No.
Okay, are we ready?
How long is the